Okay, everyone, I'm working on the 8000 Ford. In some of the earlier videos you've seen, I was driving it, got it running, and I've been working on it all winter. I'll show some more stuff that we worked on, but today, working on, well, the last couple of weeks, been working on getting supports made. One of them's right here. This one here is bolted to the bell housing. Originally the platform was here, but trying to read the book how to do it. Everybody's got their way of doing this, but I made a platform, or I made a support for it. And I can get to all the bolts for the bell housing. What we're working on is the rear main seal. So I got this supported, and I know in order to get to that rear main seal, I have to split the front end off of it also, where the radiator's at. This whole system here has to roll forward. So I built this cage. It bolts to it. The weight's on the tires, but I got this to keep it from rolling or teetering forward or backwards. And unbolt it. Well, did I bring a flashlight? Let me see. Yep. Those bolts right there. There's one there and there's one there. And there's some on bottom, on the back. And it'll let this roll forward. And I've got this supported again right here. And then I can get to that rear main seal because the oil pan has to come off. I'll also be able to work on the front crankshaft seal if I need to. But that's what I'm going to work on right now and get you guys all set up so that you're going to watch this roll outwards as I unbolt it and try to get it apart. Finished splitting this apart last night. I still have the motor to split away from the transmission and the rear axle. So I'm waiting on some parts. I got to build a cradle for this. I'm going to use the gantry crane to pick it up some to help support it, but I'm also going to build a cradle underneath it like an engine stand, so I can roll it away and there's not so much stress on the gantry crane. It's rated, I would say, at 2,000. I've got, all right, this is a piece right here. I'm gonna make my cradle or engine stand holder. We'll build it like that. And then that piece of metal that I'm going to cut, this says left side, engine side. So it's going to go in there like that. And that should be enough for this to weld up to it. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to make exactly that size right there. This will come out like this, and then this piece here is going to get welded up there on it. Of course, there's casters that's going to go on the bottom, but that's my pattern. Center punch these holes, trace this out, and that'll be my brackets. Yeah. Let's see if I got enough room there. And then I'll weld it to the top channel iron for the cradle. So I'm building the cradle for the engine, and I'm looking at it, and all this weight is up here, and it's so skinny down, right? Well, I need to build like a knee brace going down this way on both sides. That way it keeps this from falling over. It holds up. What I want to do, of course, I got casters I'm also going to put on this brace. I'll set you on a tripod and we'll let you see some of it being built. Okay, I chose to go out 18 inches from the motor mounting post. And as you can see, I've cut that at an angle so that it fits right down in there. So I'll be able to weld that up in there solid. And it does the same thing down here. I got the angle on it there, and then it's down in there. So I'm gonna weld that up. Okay, so far you've seen me talking about putting these gussets on and the rollers, and then I put that on right there. This piece right here, it's underneath the oil pan. The oil pan's right here, and I got straps to the hoist. It's picked up right now, but just in case strap fails, the crane fails, it's going to be able to sit down on this because it's not bolted up here yet. So it's going to sit on there in case something goes wrong until this all gets unbolted off of the bell housing. That's my plan right now. So I'm going to finish unbolting it. Alright, there's a lineup pin right there. Bell housing, engine lineup pin. Should be one on the other side. And there's a motor mount plate. And I got probably 1/4 of an inch of separation right now. It just slid right out. Yep, there's another lineup pin over here. No linkage hooked up. I'm doing good. Oh, I got a fuel return line that's not, I didn't get it. That's no biggie. It's just a 1/4 inch 3/16 rubber hose. Well, bring you with me. There it is. A lot of oil in the bottom of that. That's engine oil. And I gotta find out whether it's coming from the rear main seal of this engine. And I was told the clutch, it's a brand new clutch. If you can see those discs right there, there's a lot of pad, and it's still got color on it in the spring. That's a brand new clutch. So the clutch is good, but it's a rear main seal, and from what I could see, the clutch is good. So I got a lot of more work to do, and while I'm at it, I'm going to change the front main seal. So I'll set you back down and I'll start loosening some more bolts. And we'll come back. Before I take that flywheel off the back of the diesel engine, I center punched a location so that when I reinstall it, I put it back into the exact same place it was, and the timing is set just right, exactly where it needs to be, so that when I reinstall it, everything goes back together the same way. Well, that's about all of splitting the engine from the transmission and the front nose. In the future, the next video, the third video, I'm going to start tearing down the oil pan. I'll try my hardest to get all of this in. The oil pan, taking it down, and also taking the front cover off of the front of the engine and the dampener, and fixing that front seal, and then also showing what I did to clean up the rear main seal and install it.